You're standing in your kitchen, making dinner, and you casually mention a trip you're thinking about taking, or a niche brand of coffee you want to try. Within a day, your phone lights up with an advertisement for that exact product. It feels impossible to explain any other way. The immediate logical conclusion almost everyone arrives at is that the smartphone's microphone must be secretly recording background conversations. This highly specific sequence of events happens so frequently to so many millions of users that it has generated a pervasive sense of digital paranoia. The secretly listening phone has become a widely accepted tech conspiracy. But if we treat this as an intellectual mystery, we have to ask how the illusion is actually achieved. Independent security researchers have spent years actively hunting for mass audio surveillance networks hidden inside consumer applications. They have found zero evidence of apps recording conversations at scale. The first roadblock is physical. Constantly processing background audio requires immense power. It would drain your lithium-ion battery so rapidly that you would notice the defect almost immediately. On top of that, uploading those 24/7 audio files to an advertising server would cause massive, undeniable spikes in your network data usage. The consensus from cybersecurity experts is definitive. Major apps are not running covert mass audio surveillance operations. So if the microphone is undeniably off, your phone must be utilizing a far more sophisticated invisible mechanism to know exactly what you just said. The reality is that algorithms are not reacting to your spoken words. Instead, they are predicting your future thoughts by mapping your historical behavior. This is predictive modeling. It relies on an invisible web of behavioral data to create a digital profile so highly detailed and accurate that the results mimic telepathy. Compared to a predictive data model, a live microphone is a clumsy tool that has to sift through hours of dead air and background noise. The algorithm, by comparison, is brutally, silently efficient. In a way, this mechanism is actually more unsettling than a hot mic. The algorithm anticipates your desires before you have consciously made a decision. To understand how the system arrives at that kitchen coincidence, we have to look at the 4 distinct behavioral datasets continuously feeding the predictive algorithm in the background. Pillar 1 is location history. This dataset logs your precise dwell times in specific store aisles and your physical proximity to retail venues. Pillar 2 is app usage. This focuses on invisible metrics, measuring exactly how many seconds you linger on a social media post about a product without ever actually clicking the link. Pillar 3 is purchase and browsing data. Your offline buying habits are constantly packaged and traded between third-party background advertisers. Pillar 4 is social connections. The algorithms monitor the search habits of the people you are physically standing next to. If a friend searches for a specific brand while near you, that data point attaches to your profile. By overlapping these 4 independent streams, the algorithm identifies correlations between your location and the search habits of those around you. This synthesis generates a high probability model of your intent. When you finally mention that product out loud, you are merely voicing a decision your behavioral data had already been telegraphing for days. You cannot easily defeat a secret government surveillance agency, but you can absolutely dismantle a commercial settings menu. The most critical fix is disabling cross-app ad tracking. Tying off Allow apps to request to track on an iPhone or opting out of ads personalization on Android cuts off the predictive engine's primary fuel source. Next, restrict your location permissions to while using. This simple change prevents applications from passively mapping your daily physical movements in the background. Taking these specific steps severs the connection between the 4 pillars. Without the ability to cross-reference those datasets, the prediction model goes blind. To address any lingering anxiety about physical microphones, run a routine permissions audit every few months. Revoke microphone and camera access from utility apps, like a flashlight, that have no logical need to use them. The sole exception here are voice assistants like Siri or Alexa, which intentionally listen for their wake words. You can clear those records by routinely deleting the stored audio logs in your account's privacy settings. Auditing these settings scrambles the data puzzle the algorithm relies on, effectively ending the illusion of the listening phone.